Now, this is the most important part of this chapter, understanding the air pollutions. To give you some example, burning of fossil fuel emits sulfur dioxides, nitrogen oxides, the volatile organic compounds, and the particulate matters, etc. So these are the air pollutants from burning of the fossil fuel. So burning of the fossil fuel not only warm up the whole planet, it also produce a lot of air pollutants. And this is image of the smog. You can see how bad air quality is. And we're going to talk about acid rain. Here I want to mention acid rain is not only the raining, okay, the snow, the raining, even the dry particles containing those acids, that all considered as acid rain or acid deposition. We're going to touch the topic of the ozone. The ozone layer was greatly damaged because we use these fluorochlorocarbons, that is chemicals in the refrigerator to keep the air dry and cool. And those chemicals can actively react with ozones in the stratosphere. That's why we experience the disappearance, great experience of the ozone layer. But after we phase out those chemicals, the ozone layer has been greatly recovered, but it's still on the way. The uniqueness of air pollution is the air even moves faster than the water. Sometimes. We know that ocean currents are very powerful, carrying nutrients all around the globe. Then air is the same thing. Air does not carry a lot of nutrients, but it carries a lot of chemicals all around the world in a very fast way. So we cannot say the air problem is just limited to one local area. It could affect the whole globe. Let's just quickly point out the megacities. And the megacities have very poor air quality in some area of the world. And we're going to do Annenberg assignment on study of the air quality in Mexico City. And that is a very good examples of one of the megacities. What is primary air pollutants? Those chemicals released directly into the atmosphere. Those chemicals are called primary air pollutants. And these are very important. Every year I test the students of this. This is a must know. This year it transited to the online, so I will not test all of them as before, but I strongly recommend you remember all of them. The first one is carbon monoxide. Second one is volatile organic compounds called VOC, or hydrocarbons. It's one of the precursors of the chemical smog. And those particles with different sizes, we mainly categorize them into PM 2.5 and PM 10. Those particles are very, very bad and cause a lot of health issues. Sulfur dioxide and oxides of nitrogen, they cause smog and acid rain. The secondary air pollutants, you can see I use the red color. This is a must to test point. That's why I encourage everybody to watch my lecture videos. It's not wasting of your time. Actually, it saves you a lot of time. And my tests will be tightly tied to my lectures. So if you spend a little bit of time reviewing my lectures, you will do well in the tests. The secondary air pollutants is from under reaction of primary pollutants and other components in the atmosphere, so that secondary air pollutants are something resulted from the primary air pollutants through chemical reactions. And the criteria air pollutants defined by EPA are the 6 I just mentioned to you. And we're going to talk a lot about this in this chapter. Carbon monoxide is very lethal because it depletes our capacity of carrying oxygen in the blood. So a little bit carbon monoxide can cause death. And where they come from? They come from burning of the fossil fuel and the driving of the car. The good news is in this country, we have this issue greatly under control. And I want you to think about why. Because we learned about policies, right? So thinking that way is the right track. Particulate matters, the PM10 means particles larger than 2.5 microns and the smaller than 10 microns. And the PM2.5 means those particles smaller than 2.5 microns. We'll have homework assigned to this topic so we get more familiar with what these particles do and how we study and regulate them. And this is the source of PM10 could be coming from wind erosion, construction sites, smoke particles like wildfires, road travel, and PM2.5 mainly resulting from interaction with primary pollutants. And on the left side, you can see how big they are. This is the PM10. Okay, the diameter is, and this is the PM2.5. And the PM2.5 is more dangerous and more harmful than PM10. And the good news is we have these issues also under control. Think about why. Sulfur dioxide, mainly from burning of the coal. We still are trying to keep it under control, but I just want to point out the main source from sulfur dioxide is from the coal burning power plants. Nitrogen dioxide, mainly from the car and the combustion. Driving the car produce about 40% of this contamination. And this thing is extremely bad because it's contributing to the photochemical smog. And change to the automobiles and the fuel they use have significantly amount of this contamination produced, have significantly decreased the amount of this produced. This is why the control of the emission of the motor vehicles are very important for our air quality. Lead, it used to be the prevalent problem with lead is this presence of this metal in the gasoline. And remember the beginning of this semester, we talked about the scientists discovering the presence of the lead. And I have a lot of good news for you. And these chemicals almost eliminated from the air. And also we keep thinking about why. And the hydrocarbons mainly from the combustion engines and solvents use. And the hydrocarbons are very important because they are the precursors of the photochemical smog. I'll just wrap up here so we can concentrate on the photochemical smog in the next lecture video.